Hey everyone, so I hope you're all doing pretty well. Now the main reason I avoided making this video, or why it took me so long, is I wanted to gather enough information and get all the facts straight, or at least somewhat make sense of it. Because it's very easy when you lack information to make false claims and false judgments, and it can misfire. So I wanted to start off by saying the whole seriousness of the situation. So right now it's not just a one country thing, it's a global pandemic at this point, and it's very deadly. And at the bottom of it, we can argue, economy and this and all, but at the end of the day, it's people dying. Now, as some people would say, well, it's almost not too bad because a lot of people, they die from car crashes. More people die from the flu. Yes, that could be true, but don't forget that it also spreads a lot quicker. And on top of all those deaths, you're adding on this other new source or new cause of death. And unfortunately, it's about loss of life, which isn't great at all. So, what it also create on top of it is an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty. And besides just the COVID-19 cause of death and illness, there's also this whole other, after effect that I'm also worrying about. Not just to say economy, because a lot of people are losing jobs, but what about the aftermath? Because I fear that suicide rates and everything else will keep increasing. I mean, once you lose your job, how are you going to pay your bills and all these other problems? And in America, in the United States, we reach spot number one. I'm not a medical expert. I can't provide a lot of information, but at least at best, or at least what I can do is maybe provide some comfort, spread information to at least somewhat fight this illness. However, that being said, we can do a lot of things to help minimize and reduce the spread of this coronavirus. And that is very simple things we should have been doing. One is we gotta make sure we wash our hands under the fingernails in at least 20, and I would even say 30 seconds. Make sure you wash the front and the back of the hands. Keep it simple. Have some hand sanitizer, but more importantly, avoid social contact, as people are saying. Now, personally, me, that's not much of a problem. I'm more of a loner myself, so I'm used to it. For a lot of people, it's a lot harder. But it's important because the less spread we have, less contact, the less chances someone else gets an infection and it spreads. Maybe I can show you in this chart. Now, the whole point in social distancing is it's going to allow us to break the chain at least somewhat. Yes, it's a minor, inconvenience. Maybe it's a major inconvenience for other people. But I'm telling you, I mean, if you're gonna die, I think that's much more than just a minor inconvenience. We can save lives, it's worth it, and it's something simple as just staying at home. So that's why I feel it's a very important thing to do. Now, another very negative side effect is that hospitals are overburdened, either with cases and patients, and it's just taking a big toll on them. So they're out there putting their lives on the line on the front lines, and all we have to do to help them out, at least we can do, is just, do these simple things. Just stay at home. I think it's going to make a big, major difference. Yes, the economy is tanking, but if people die and everything else, it's going to be pointless. We don't reduce it now, it's only going to get worse. Let's make a situation less than it has to be. So, on the silver lining, or on the bright side, however, on the bright side of things, nature is being restored. Because when we're not doing air travel, we're not going out as much, we're not polluting, putting trash in rivers such as this are getting cleaner, animals are coming out, plants are growing. So without us polluting just for a little bit, a few weeks, nature is able to restore balance in itself. So at least that's a positive thing. Maybe it'll teach people, we should care more about our environment. Another benefit you can say, well, it depends on how you look at it, is since we won't have work and other things we have to stay inside, we have time to spend with our family that otherwise we might have not. So if you have work and you never get to see your kids, well, now you have a great opportunity. So make the most of it. That's something positive we can do. And another side is, since we're alone, we can really sit with our thoughts. We can do some soul searching. We can actually take time to be ourselves in that sense. So if you wanted to study or some hobbies or projects that you wanted to do, it's a great time to get in and do them. Now, one interesting thing I noticed is, even though it is stressful, the world in a sense is slowing down. So our fast-paced society where everything goes chaotic and hectic can now at least calm down in the sense if you're isolated, you can be in solitude with your own thoughts and you can actually really reevaluate your values. So you can do some soul searching and other things. So maybe we'll change our values and start, valuing human life a lot more often. Maybe instead of pursuing greed, we can pursue things like God. We can pursue things on the spiritual level. So it's also a time for testing. So there's that whole element to it. So hopefully the world at least takes something out of this. It's going to be difficult. Lives are going to be lost, but at least we can do our best to reduce it and maybe gain some new insight into ourselves. And that's what I want to get out as a message. Now, that all being said, guys, what I want to do since I'm going to be staying inside more is maybe do more home workout videos. Since we're all home and this is a great opportunity for me to crank out a lot more videos. So in that sense, I hopefully can help you guys out whatever way I can. Maybe some tips, maybe some cool ways you can train at home. So in that way, guys, I want to contribute maybe something to help make the whole situation a lot better as best as we can. So thank you for watching, guys. God bless you and stay safe and wash your hands. All right, take care, everyone.